Hi everyone, thank you all for tuning into Cricket for Life. It's your host Afaq. So, based on my analysis, this is going to be a full review of the fourth T20 international played between India and England. So, let's begin. So, England won the toss and elected to field. The pattern has been same throughout the series. So, whichever team or captain is winning the toss, they're choosing to field first. And Morgan did the same again in the fourth game as well. There were a few changes for India. Surya Kumar Yadav came in for Ishan Kishan. Rahul Chahar replaced Yuzvendra Chahal. England made no changes. Now, it was a very important game for India as England already had a lead. If they won this particular game, the series would have been lost for India. And they did not begin well with the batting in the fourth game. It happened in all four games, including this one. And I would like to, based on my analysis and stats, would like to share a few things here. Now, consider this: Game one, opening stand, Rahul Dhawan, 2 runs. Game two, opening stand, Rahul Kishan, 0. Game 3, Rahul Rohit opening stand 7, and Game 4, Rahul Rohit opening stand of 21. Now, there are two very important aspects to this. One, we all know Rahul is going through terrible form. The second aspect I would think is the brilliance of Archer and Wood in the first power play. They haven't given any freebies. They're bowling really quick, and it's been really difficult with that quality of bowling between with Archer and Wood firing in. Now with Indian batting, Rohit was actually the first one to fall off Archer for 12, and in came Surya Kumar Yadav. Let's call him Sky. He's already famous with that nickname, and I thought this was a make or break situation for Sky. I know he had all the talent, the experience of playing domestic cricket. He scored a lot of runs there and have been really consistent. But this was not a domestic game. This was an international game, and the stage, the pressure, the expectations, and above all, you have Jofra Archer bowling at you with a pace of 145 plus. But Sky, like Ishan Kishan, the other night was flawless to say the least. The very first delivery he faced, he smashed Jofra Archer for a 6 to fine leg. Now, what better way to start his T20 international career? And I must say, every shot he played after that was better than the previous one. He was fluent and in control throughout the inning. Got out of a wrong umpiring decision in the end. I will definitely touch upon that at the end of this podcast. But nevertheless, he had put in the right foot forward with a brilliant 57 of 31, including 6 boundaries and 3 sixes. Rahul again was not able to make any valuable contributions with the bat, scoring just 14 of 17. Tried clearing mid-off, gave a simple catch to Jofra Archer of Ben Stokes. Kohli was undone by the brilliance of Adil Rashid. Kohli had already played 4 balls before this particular ball and just scored 1 run. So when I was looking at Kohli, I thought he was looking for a release shot at that point, and he normally does that. And I think Adil Rashid was thinking ahead of him when he tried to come down the track and loft him straight over his head. Rashid had fired in a wrong one, and it spun the other way. Kohli missed it completely, and Butler did the rest. And I thought at that moment India were in a spot of bother as the score on the board was only 70 for 3 after 8.4 overs. Now, the only way they could have reached a total of 185 of their full quota of 20 overs after losing top three within 8.4 overs with just 70 runs on the board was the brilliance of Sky. Um, Shreyas Iyer has been exceptional whenever he got a chance, and also Rishabh Pant. So Very valuable contributions from these three made India reach 184 5 for 8 after 20 overs, which was definitely a good score on this particular track. Now, England chase was shaky as Butler got out for 9, and I've got one more important stat for you guys in this particular series. Bhuvneshwar Kumar has taken Butler twice, and both the time in single-digit scores. And both those innings where Butler got out in single-digit scores, England lost both those matches. So if you look at the significance, right, when Butler goes out cheaply, it definitely has a massive impact on the result of that particular game for England, right? Because we all know the kind of player Josh Butler is. Now, Roy, who was yet to notch a half century in this series, but had been really consistent, played with a lot of control, a lot of fluency to give England good starts in most of the about 3 out of the 4 matches they played, and even in this particular game after Butler fell cheaply, he continued that form. One thing I noticed in India's bowling in this fourth game was Hardik Pandya was brilliant with the ball. The change of pace, the slow bounces, and the variations, he mixed it up so well that he did not give any freebies to Roy or David Malan. And so was Rahul Chahar, who came in place of Yuzvendra Chahal. Now, India managed to restrict England to 66 for 3 after 8.5 overs. With Butler, Roy, and Malan back to pavilion, this English team now was in trouble. Now, if in ordinary scenarios you would think that it might be hard to come out from that situation, but this is a completely different team. They have characters who can turn the game on their own, and who better than Ben Stokes to describe character? He played an amazing inning of 46 of 23 with 4 boundaries and 3 sixes with Johnny Bairstow, who scored 25 of 19 with 2 boundaries and 1 6, and kept England in chase. Till the 16th over, I would say, it was anybody's game. Now, let's hear this. The equation was kind of very simple. England just needed 46 of 24 with 6 wickets in hand. Stokes was set. Morgan had just come out. Sam Curran, Chris Jordan, and Jofra Archer still to follow. On paper, you would think that you would back England to chase it down. But again, we are talking about it on papers. But India fought back in the face of Shardul Thakur. Over 17 he bowled. He dismissed both aggressors, Stokes and Morgan, and gave away only 7 of that particular over. 17th over, 2 important wickets, and just gave 7 runs. Brilliant. I think that was the game-changing moment of this particular match. Over number 18, Hardik Pandya followed up with another exceptional over, taking wicket of Sam Curran and giving away again only 6 runs. Now, the equation looked really tough as England needed 33 of 12 balls. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, that is, bowled an outstanding 19th over and gave 1 boundary of it. Last over, 20th over, 23 of 6, Archer and Jordan at the crease. What you guys thought? What you guys were thinking? What I was thinking? So, there was a roller coaster to follow in the 20th over, ball by Shardul Thakur. The second and the third ball, he bowled. Archer smashed them for 4 and 6, and then he followed it up with 2 more wides. Now read this equation: 10 of 3. But I always thought, after watching Shardul Thakur so much in IPL, he's an exceptional T20 bowler. He is wayward sometimes, but his variation are too hard to pick in the death overs, and again he sealed it for India today. Now, scoreline 2-2, one to play for coming Saturday, and yeah, it was a fabulous game of cricket. None of the teams gave an inch to each other. It was fought till the end of the innings, I mean, the last over of the innings. Right, now let's talk about the. I'm pretty sure you all might have noticed, you all might have an opinion about this. Now, let's talk about this. So, the umpiring blunders. Uh, Over 13.2, Sam Curran to Surya Kumar Yadav. Let's not talk about how important that stage or that particular time was for India, because Sky was playing really well till that point. Now, Sky tried to sweep Sam Curran to fine leg, and David Malan stooped well to gather a fine effort, I would say. Now, on-field umpire gave a soft signal as out and referred it to the third umpire because he wasn't sure about it. Okay, that's the first bit. Over 19.4, Archer to Sundar. Washington Sundar tried to use the pace of Archer and play a ram shot to third man, and he was basically looking to add some quick runs on the board. It went straight to Adil Rashid. He did not have to move an inch. He took the catch, but I felt his foot were touching the advertising board while he was in contact with the ball. Okay, two different situations, two different scenarios. Now, on-field umpires, Mr. K.N. Anant Padmanabhan, very long name, and Mr. Nitin Menon gave the soft signal as out and sent it upstairs because they were not sure. Now, TV umpire Virender Sharma, after looking at numerous replays, camera angles, and zooming them, magnifying them, whatever you call, but wasn't able to make a decision because of non-conclusive evidence. So it had to go back to on-field umpire's decision of out. I felt the whole process were horrible, horrible process. Now let me ask anyone watching this or listening to this. First, when Mr. Sharma, the TV umpire with all the technology, that's the first point, okay? First point, when Mr. Sharma, the TV umpire with all the technology was unable to find a conclusive evidence to make a decision, the on-field umpire who were able to see it from the naked eye and make that decision even standing 30 yards away from the deep fine leg fielder. How is that possible? Somebody sitting with all the technology and all the resources available for him, but still unable to take a call. And somebody standing on the ground 30 yards far from where the catch was taken was able to give a soft signal as out. The second reason, which I think also is important, the on-field umpire have referred the decision to the TV umpire only because they were unsure. But when the TV umpire took a decision because the soft signal was out, I think it was awful. The on-field umpire are referring it to the third umpire and giving it soft signal as out because they are not sure. No, even the TV umpire is unable to make a decision because of non-conclusive evidence, and he's saying no, I can't find the valid evidence, so I'm going back to what the on-field umpires have given, that soft signal is out. It is awful. I think it is awful. ICC needs to scrap this rule of soft signal, make it simpler. On-field umpire has just to send it to TV umpires when they are unsure without the requirement of giving any soft signals. And I'm pretty sure if this is not corrected, we are going to see plenty of more incorrect decisions in the future and a lot of debates about this. What you guys think and what are your thoughts on it? So the let's come back to the game. Let's come back to the series. So the seesaw continues. After 4 games, the scoreline reads 2-2, and one to play for. Very important one to play for. And I'm sure both teams are going to give everything in the final game, which is happening this Saturday. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I would bring another review video after the game is concluded and look back at the whole series as well and give my thoughts on it. It has taken me a lot of time and effort to complete the analysis and create the content, but I must tell you all that I loved every bit of it, and I hope you all did too. And important, please subscribe, like, share, and also your valuable comments would encourage me and help me improve. Um, Thank you all again for listening, guys. Till the next video. Bye bye.